Shannon Runaway. Okay, so let's play through all the different sections of the song here. I'll just play right through them all off the top. Afterwards, I'll go back through, give a guided detail walkthrough of all the different parts. Before we get to all that, let's subscribe to the channel. That'd be really cool. Hit that button. It'd help out the channel a lot. So, no further ado, let's dive on in. Okay, so for starters, we just have this intro chord progression here. Not much of a progression, just kind of like a arpeggiation of a A minor chord. We can add some fun little bass note stuff in here. But for the most part, let's just get this A minor started here. Open A, 2 on the D, 2 on the G with the 1 B, open E. Okay, and a special note with this song, if you're trying to play along with the recorded version, everything is bumped up a half a step. So instead of A minor, it'd be like an A sharp minor. But I'm just going to keep it in A minor here just because it's easier and a lot more fun to play that way. So just a special note there, if you wanted to do the recorded version, just maybe like put a capo on the first fret, play everything relative to that. But I'll just be showing you the standard tuning here. So, like I said, A minor. All right, and the way you want to do this is initially hit the open A bass note, then we're going to arpeggiate down from like the D to the high E. All right, and then we'll just hit the chord again, coming back up. So slowly be something like that, okay? And after we do that, we're going to do this open E to 3. Okay, as that cool little bass note thing that we mix in. And we're just going to bounce between that throughout this intro here, like four times there, about 4 measures worth. So it'd be something like... Okay, once we get into the verse progression here, we kind of keep that same strumming pattern. You don't have to worry so much about like the bass note stuff. If you want, you can mix that in too, but initially we're just going to do that A minor the same way for a couple measures. Okay, then we're going to switch to a G chord, so simple enough. 3 on the E, 2 on the A, open D, G, B, 3 on the E, strum it the same way. couple measures there. Go to a F chord now, a couple measures with that. Just bar the 1, 3 on the A and D, 2 on the G, a couple measures there. Alright, and then we'll get to this E chord to finish it. And with this, it's a little more of a dynamic strum. It's going to be kind of specific here. It's like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Alright, so just kind of have to hear the song or know how it goes. It's something like that, okay? So just putting this whole verse progression together here, be something like this. All right, and on to the chorus progression. This is going to kind of mix up certain styles here. We're not worrying so much about arpeggiating. You can do that in this section if you like, but it doesn't really seem like that's what's happening in the recording. Initially, it just seems like it's just kind of some strums that just carry through. So it's going to bounce between an A chord. All right, so just normal A chord here. A couple measures. Okay, to a F sharp minor, so just bar that second, 4 on the A and D, a couple measures, and just, like I said, you could single strum it, let it carry for the couple measures, or just hit it each measure, what sounds good to you. All right, and we're going to repeat those 2 chords in that style twice. All right, and then we're going to switch to a little more of a dynamic strum. Basically just going along with the beat, that kind of surf beat, that 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, okay? And it's the same chords, the A for a couple measures to the F sharp minor for a couple measures, and do that whole thing twice with that strumming style. Alright, and now we're going to switch it up back to the original style, just kind of hitting the single chord and letting it ring for a couple measures. Alright, we'll go to a D chord. Okay, to an E chord. A couple measures there. And now we do single measures with an A to D single measure. Back to A for a single measure. Alright, and then we do this dynamic E chord at the end, and it's basically just a bunch of 8th note strums. Simple enough, so just like that. Okay, so a bunch of down strums for a good measure there with that E. All right, so let's do the whole chorus progression up to tempo here. Now the fun section here, the organ solo. And this organ will be carrying out throughout pretty much the remainder of the song, doing various things, but this is the specific kind of solo part, no vocal. Come on up here, we'll play it this way. And I like to play it kind of in this range. If you really wanted to go high with it, basically just, every number you see here, just add 12 to that and play it on the same strings, and then you can get it at that super high octave. But I like to play it more in this range here. I think it's just fine. We'll be at the 5th fret on the high E here, and we're going to go 5, 4, 5, and then pick through the bottom of this A minor chord. Okay, so we do 5B, 5G, and then come back and hit that 5 high E. So that section would be all right. And next part, kind of similar. we go 4, 5E, 5B, 5G, 5B, 5E. Okay. All right, now we shift down to the 3 on the E, hit that a moment, and then we'll go 2, 3E, 2, 3B, 3, 4G, 4, 5D, and then work our way back down, 3, 4G, 2, 3B, 2, 3E. And essentially we're just kind of sliding into and working our way through like a G bar chord. Okay, so that would sound something like this, slowly here. Okay. All right, and then we're going to shift down to the F now. Okay, so we'll be at the 1 on the E here. We hit it, hold it a moment, then we go open E to 1, 1B, 2G. And we're going to repeat that little section twice. All right, and then we'll come back down to the 1s on the E here a couple times. And then we do this little trill here, or it's just a hammer-on pull-off of the open to 1 on the E here. All right, and you just continue that through the remainder. All right, so let's just try this whole first section up to speed here. All right, next section, it's kind of more like the end of the previous section and the start of the following one. It just kind of worked out a little bit different here to show you. So after we come off of our little trill hammer-on pull-off, we're going to do a quick little scale down where it's kind of a hammer-on pull-off on each position we're at. So we'll do the one more time, open, 1 to open on the high E. Then we'll move up to 3, 5, 3 on the B. Move down 2 frets, 1, 3, 1 on the B. And then open, 1, open on the B. Okay, just that quick little descending hammer-on pull-off thing there. All right, and like I said, then we'd kick in to kind of repeating what we just did. It'll end slightly different. We'll start the same way with that 5, 4, 5 A minor intro that we did. Okay, same thing as we did before. When we move down, we kind of start it the same way, and we'll work our way all the way to that descending, that peak of where we descended in the previous one, but we're going to keep going. All right, so we'll do our 3E to the 2, 3E, 2, 3B, 3, 4G, 4, 5D. That's where we would leave off before. Now we keep going. Okay, we go 4, 5A, then we come up to 6, 7E, down to the 3E. And we'll hold that 3 a second, and then we do a big slide up to 12 and slide back down. Okay, so let's do that slowly here. Okay, so big kind of scale down, just to cap that off. Let's just do this whole section, which technically is capping off the previous section, starting the following section. So let's just do this up to tempo here. All right, and this next section here, it's pretty much how the previous sections ended. Same deal, it just kind of ends on a different note. All right, because it's going to be leading us into that verse, or that last chorus there. So, same deal. We'll be here on our 1 of the E. We do the open 1, 1, and then 1B, 2G. Do that whole thing twice. Okay, to our 1s on the E, open to one, open trill, and then our descending hammer-on pull-offs. All right, but here, the only real difference, we just end on a 2 at the G for that A. We just let that ring momentarily as we get into the chorus. All right, and once we get into that chorus following the organ solo, the organ just kind of keeps going and like carries through and adds its own little thing now. Okay, so we'll just come up to the 5 on the E here. We just hit that, hold it a moment, hit it again, and then we go 7, 9, 7 on the E to 5 to 2. Okay, so it would be. Okay, and that would be into our F sharp minor there. And then from here, we go 4, 5, 4, back to 2. All right, and then we repeat that whole thing twice, because it's basically going along with the chorus progression now, the A to the F sharp minor. All right, and then once we get into that syncopated dynamic 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1 in the chorus, we're just following along with that note basically. So it'd be A here at the 5 of the high E, down to 2 for the F sharp. And you do that twice. All right, fun little section here as we're moving from our D to the E section of the chorus there. We're kind of doing a variant of how the solo organ solo starts at that A, but here we're going to do it in a D position to an E position. So we'll play it this way. We'll be at the 3 of the B, hold it for a moment, then we go 2, 3, 2 G, 4 on the D, back to 3 on the B. Okay, you can kind of hear it just in a different key now. So we would go 2, 3, B, 2 G, 4 D, back to 2 G, back to 3 B. Okay. Right, and then for the E section, we just take exactly what we did and just bump it up 2 frets. Okay, so we're 5 B, 4 5, 4 G, 6 D, 5 B. Okay, 4 5 B, 4 G, 6 D, 4 G, 5 B. All right, so fun little scaling thing there. Let's do up the speed here. All right, and for the outro here, we can jump all the way up to 10 on the B. We'll go 10, hold it a moment, go 9 to 12 on the E. Okay, back to the 10 B, 11 G to 9 G. All right, and then we would just repeat that thing twice, and then the song just fades out from there. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.